Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 93, Lamar. Zombie with a shotgun.
Yes. There was that we talked about this before. Rutger Hauer was, of course, in a movie, Hobo with a Shotgun, and that was a hit. And I don't know if that was like a direct inspiration for this movie, but that reminded me of that movie where you have, just shotgun. Maybe they can maybe anybody can make another movie, vampire with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Werewolf with a shotgun.
You could keep going, right?
You could keep going. Just keep on making it. So
Frankenstein with a shotgun.
I would watch that. I would watch that, Joe.
The key to those movies being successful, though, Lamar, would be that they actually have the shotgun and use it throughout the movie in a fun way. And that they don't go off into the weeds into other directions.
With that being said, or at least start it before the middle of the movie and not at the very end.
Yeah. Well, what's this movie about then?
oh boy. It's kind of weird because it kind of fits into what we're going through right now. There's a virus going on, Joe, and people are kind of scared about getting it. You have the main character. He caught it some way. Mm-hmm. His dad caught it and died. And he's really, with his girlfriend. We're going to talk about women in this movie, too. That's a very interesting topic. So he's, trying to fight off, this disease. And he's being hunted down by, I guess, bounty hunters and the government.
Yeah. Well, I jumped to the assumption that they did this to him somehow.
They did it. Yeah, so.
Right. So that's why they were after him.
They're after him because he I guess has an adverse effect to it. Mm-hmm. And the movie is kind of him trying to outrun people with the virus, which when you have zombie with the shotgun, you would think he would be a zombie already with the shotgun.
Yeah, in this movie, like the effect that his body is having, like he's like halfway. Like he's kind of turning into a zombie, but but he's still going back to his regular form. And it's just, not knowing anything about this movie when we came into it, and you sent me the movie, and I looked at the title, I was like, this is gonna be some kind of revenge, like a zombie going on revenge.
Yes,
just blowing people away with a shotgun and stuff. And this movie took me by surprise because it went all like different directions than what I was expecting. It was like Born Identity or something.
It was like thriller.
Yeah, like a thriller with a zombie element. It's just kind of sprinkled there a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, because you don't really see a zombie until after like the halfway mark.
Well, it does start off.
Well, I mean, a zombie in full action.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I keep on going to the title of the movie, Zombie with a Shotgun. I was thinking like you, like this is going to be a zombie. Just blasting people away. You're going to have zombie jokes every once in a while and stuff. But it's not that. It's like this guy. It's more like, I don't know what you would call it, like zombie turning or something. That would be a more apt title.
Yeah.
Like, like zombie something where he's becoming one. And it's like, It
was weird. And then, like we mentioned, with their women, there was a lot of time spent on the storyline with the girlfriend, but he has other girlfriends. I'm not sure what's going on there.
That confused me because you have the girl that he's with, and then they're running away, and then they get to this place, and then there's another woman, and the girl that he's with is like, did he have a relationship with her? Mm-hmm. And then I don't know if this is a dream he was having or a fantasy that they're like having sex with each other, the women that he was kind of involved with.
Yeah, I don't know. And then wasn't it implied that some other women that he knew were killed by the people hunting him?
Yeah, his family or something like that. Like his sister.
Yeah, okay.
And so it's like, it's weird what their character is. Like, we know what the one girl is his girlfriend, but we don't really have a full understanding of these other women. Yeah, and so, but then we have to go back to, once again, the title of the movie, Zombie with a Shotgun. We only get a zombie with the shotgun for how long? Maybe 10 minutes? Like,
yeah. And that was fun when he did the full zombie makeup. That was pretty well done.
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't get enough of the actual zombie with a shotgun, which is the big complaint that I would have about this.
Could have been really cool. We always say it, Joe. You got to stick to your premise. You got to go full tilt.
Yeah.
If you name your movie Zombie with a Shotgun, every other scene you have to have the zombie with the shotgun shooting people and stuff. So
yeah. Also, a little thing that they did was they told some of the story with a little animation. I actually liked that. I thought like maybe they could have utilized that more.
That would have been a great like opening to the movie, Joe.
Yeah.
Like,
so stuff like that, but it was just like I said. This the premise itself wasn't bad, even though they kind of abandoned the title, the what we thought the premise was going to be. They were just off into the weeds so much with other stuff.
Yeah.
Because there were scenes that I liked when I was getting information. Like when they actually got a hold of him and the government people were talking to him and stuff. I was like, oh, okay, this is explaining. But there was a lot of scenes where there was just unexplained stuff or drone shots, long drone shots. And it was like, well, I'm not getting anything out of that part of it.
Yeah.
So, well, what do we rate it?
I mean, I kind of give it a 2. I think this has potential,
yes,
but it wasn't really shown. Like, they're going to make a part 2 to this, but I think what they should have did, and I don't know how the budget was fitting and everything like that, you have the first part of your movie explaining what happened to him. Then he becomes the zombie with the shotgun. Then he goes after maybe the people that turned him and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like that would be good.
That was the good stuff. I liked when he was going, the revenge stuff. And maybe they just took it too seriously. So that's why I have to say 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say it's a 2.5. I think it's right in the middle. I didn't hate it or anything, but I think there's good stuff in there.
Yes.
You know, and like we were saying, like, well, what's the virus? And then there's government people, and there's people trying to get him. There's good stuff in there. There's just a lot of lag in between.
Yes.
And I think that's the big problem. It's just like they could have cut this down and just kept some good stuff, and it would have been great. Now, I went back because this was actually a web series before they made it into a film. I went and watched the web series a little bit, and I will say that was well done. I enjoyed the web series of this better than the movie because it was in chunks of like 4 minutes.
Okay.
And I think that's what this movie suffers from. They try to make it into a long-form feature film.
Yeah.
And they suffered because it was almost like, well, we got to put something here, right? So we'll have this sequence of nonsense. But the web series moves at a different pace where you get a little chunk of some interesting things, and then you come back for the next episode. So I would say I did enjoy that. I would rate the web series much higher. If I had to rate it, I would say much higher, maybe 3.5, you know?
I'll have to check that out then. So I guess they got to just trim the fat of like what they're doing and everything like that.
Yeah, okay. I think they still have something there.
Yeah.
I think so. It's just that, and then like, I like your premise too, where he's just going on a revenge spree for the guys that made him into a zombie.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Just go off of that and make that the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, does that wrap this up then?
Wraps it up, Joe.
All right. Zombie with a shotgun. Peace.
Deuces.